Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. I just had to come in and do a quick video. And let me just say this. Um, the only degree that it is outside right now, I don't know where you all are, wherever you are logging in from or whatever. The only degree that I can say is high. Like it makes no sense of how hot it is outside. Like what? This is not the same heat I used to play in. I swear this could have not been the same heat. My gosh. Okay, so let me go ahead and get back focused because I really wanted to share this today, not wait until tomorrow because it's just been burning in me to share on today. I was really inspired today in hearing the message and about, moving forward and going forward and really truly walking into the things of God. But it really had me to sit back and reflect upon, sometimes people feel as though that their purpose of what they used to do, you may be at a place of transition, you may be at a place of trying to figure out what's the next move. And sometimes people have been at a place when they have so burnt out that they feel as though that they no longer have a purpose to live anymore. And when I say no purpose to live anymore, I'm not saying you at a place where in you feeling suicidal, like, okay, I don't want to live anymore, but you're trying to figure out what is next. Where do I fit in? A lot of people are in a place of transition. They feel as though the things that I used to do is no longer really fulfilling for me. I feel like there is something else that I need to be doing, but I just don't know. I feel that the purpose that I had, I was a great teacher, I was a great architect, I was a great person in my career, but I feel like there's no longer a purpose there for me anymore. I have been great at what I used to do, so many things that I have done, but I'm feeling at this place that there is no longer a purpose for me. I'm just feel like I'm just going through the motions. In my marriage, I feel like I'm going through the motions. In my singleness and single motherhood, I just feel like I'm just going through the motions, living day to day, but not truly living. One of the hardest things to truly live day to day life is to wake up and not have a purpose. Because when you wake up and you feel like you don't have a purpose, you're just existing. And no one wants to just exist. You want to wake up, feel like there is something that I am waking up for. And I just want to encourage today that whatever title of this that you have, I don't care if you're a minister, I don't care if you're a bishop, I don't care if your title is director, manager, corporate executive, business owner, you are more than your title. And what we get caught up in so much is allowing those titles to dictate what our purpose is. For example, when we get caught up in ministry, I could just say for myself is in ministry, you get caught up in eldership and the titles and the functions of that. But when I get caught up in all of those things in the capacity and not truly know that this is more to me than this, then when those things that I'm doing no longer fit for me, then I begin to feel lost. When the only thing that I know as a mother, and I'm just constantly mothering, and this is all I do, then when the children get older and I am an empty nester, then I'm trying to figure out because there is more to me than that, but that is all I've known. Matthew 6 and 33 reminds us first to seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all of those things will be added to us. And that we know that before we were born, that we were crafted for a design and a purpose. But when we feel like we have lost our purpose, I want you to start thinking about for you, what is it that you are seeking? What is it that you are really truly looking for? What is it that you are saying within yourself that I know that there is something different for me to be doing. I know that there is more for me to be doing. I know that I need to be moving different. But what is it that you have been looking for? Because sometimes when people come to me and I can just admit and I can just be vulnerable in that place, I know that there is something different that I needed to be doing career wise, but I was not even able to articulate it. I was not even able to really say. So there was a thing because I know what to do. I know how to do therapy with my eyes closed. I could somebody can come to me right now and tell me a problem. I can close my eyes, do it blindly, and give you direction, give that input, that insight, because I've been doing that for 21 years. I'm able to encourage people because I am an encourager. But when I began to be stretched and transition began to happen in my life, and then whenever I was doing individual therapy sessions, and even when I tried to transition to doing it part-time and working another career, doing a different type of work, but still working in the clinical field, I began to feel like even though I am doing this, there is something different that I need to be doing an impact other than just having someone to come to me for therapy, me give them these tools and all these things. Even though I love to see my people succeed, I love to be able to see them go to that next purpose and that next level. But in the end, I just felt like it was just existing. I was just doing the same thing, just a normal routine. So I knew that either one thing had to happen. Either I had to rediscover the passion or I had to start redesigning my future. And many of us are in those places of when we are stuck because we feel like we don't have that purpose, because we don't allow, number one, that rediscovery or that redefining. So when I talked about seeking first, what is it that you know that you are more than that? You are more than that role. So what is it that I will allow myself to be stretched in this season? When I talk about that Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, that I'm not going to rely on the understanding that society tells me. I'm not going to rely on the understanding of what my friends may tell me what I need to do. I'm not going to rely on the understanding of things that I feel like it should be done, or what society tells me what I need to do, or what I feel like it should be done. But I'm going to allow myself to go through a discovery phase to be redefined, reignite that passion, or do I need to transition and do it in another capacity? Purpose is something, even as a leader, that you need to know that when I am leading people, I don't need to just be leading. I need to be leading with purpose. Whenever I'm going to my career, I don't need to be moving in my career. I need to be moving in my career with purpose. I don't care if I'm working in ministry, but if ministry is no longer working for me and I no longer feel that purpose for me, then I'm just going to be maneuvering and going through about life just existing. There are many people that are walking around like zombies. You know, you ever seen that thing of Walking of the Dead, where you're there and you're punching the clock and people are walking around, it walking like no life in them. I don't know why I did that look with my eyes, but there is no life. They're just going around, and we have gotten to a place where we go in, we wake up, we have our weekly routine, we have our daily routine. We go in, we clock in, we do our daily job, we prepare dinner. It's the same routine day after day, week after week of what we do. We can do it with our eyes closed. We know what we're going to be doing at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. We know we're going to be doing at 8 o'clock. We know we're going to be doing at 8 a.m. We're going to do our morning workout. We're going to do whatever we're going to do. We're going to be tapped into these meetings. We know everything of what we're going to do. I want you to live. I want you to choose to live. Choose to live. Life is too short to be just existing. And I don't care how old you are, because people will talk about, well, Michelle, it's time. Time is only what we determine it to be. God does not confined by time. He can redeem the time. But I say to you that when you think that you are behind, when you continually start looking back, and this is just like me trying to talk to you, and I'm not even able to look at this camera because I'm constantly looking back here at what I have going on, or I'm looking over here to see what this person is doing, or I'm looking over here. I am distracted. I have to stay focused on what it is for me that I need to be doing in this season in my life. allowing this discovery phase to happen, allow for a redefining to happen after divorce, allow to this redefining to occur in my life, even when I'm in my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, allowing this discovery phase to happen, because there is so much, as I talked about on last week or whatever video I talked about, that there is so much tapped within us that we have not even been able to dig yet, because we are so accustomed to being at the surface. We're so accustomed to being defined of who we think that we should be, but we're not allowing ourselves to be stretched. We're not allowing ourselves to grow. We're not allowing ourselves to try anything new. We're not allowing ourselves to go to that new restaurant because we are accustomed to our favorite dish at the other restaurant. We do the same thing, routine after routine, as opposed to allowing ourselves to be stretched. But when we begin to start seeking God and allowing Him to give us strategy, and then not relying on our own thoughts, but we are moving and we are growing, we are allowing ourselves to be stretched, then those are the things, times where it be added to us. Those are the times when we're getting stretched, and we're not trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to finance this thing, how this thing going to be able to work. But we begin to start developing a plan. We start building as Noah was building. He was building when there was no rain. He didn't wait until it was raining to get in the boat. Noah was building in a drought season for many years. And then the thing I love about Noah, this the thing that I love about Noah too is that while he was building, he built it designed particularly of how he was instructed to. He didn't try to add any spazzle downs, or he didn't try to add anything to the back, or try to add something at the front, or try to add in a little stairway or something. He built it instruction by instruction, and he allowed himself to stay focused, even in the midst of people. I know people walking by saying, I know, sir, you out here building this boat. Number one, you elderly, because he was old. He was older. He was seasoned. I'll say seasoned. So he was considered by society by this time. He was older. And then you mean to tell me you're gonna go build a boat in a dry season where we have not seen rain for all this time? I mean, what is it that you're doing? There are many times wherein you're going to be thinking to yourself in this redefining and this rediscovery phase of, what is it that I'm doing? And when I talk about a rediscovery, it's just getting reacquainted with who you are. Who am I? You have to do a check. As they do those annual performance evaluations, you have to go through a self-evaluation and say to yourself, what is it that I'm doing? What is it? Where am I? What Let me start checking is, I have to start doing a reflection on what is it that I'm doing? Am I doing activities that's fulfilling my life? I'm doing activities just to be doing? What is it that I'm really doing? Where am I? What is it? And then when I talk about that redefining, that some things you have to allow yourself to release so you can have, so you can move, so you can go, so you can be stretched. Whenever I began to start stretching myself, I learned the importance getting older of stretching. Okay, you need to start stretching. I don't know if how old you are or who are watching this live, but however old you are, stretching is very good for you. And I felt some type of way one day when I saw this woman in her 60s, late 60s, get down on the ground Indian style and get up and move. And I'm like, what in the world? And I'm up here struggling whenever I just have to bend down and pick up a pencil and a pen. I said, oh, no, 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 no. So it prompted me to start stretching. So when I began to start stretching, those muscles was like, wait a minute. Those muscles were like, wait a minute. What are you doing, honey? Now this right here is a little bit too much. You trying to do a little bit too much. What is it that you doing, honey? My muscles were like, girl, if you don't stop it. They were like, stop. It was a pull. It was uncomfortable. But when I continued to stretch, and I said, my goal is to learn how to do a split. Yes, indeed. I knew how to do it when I was younger. So I am going to learn how to do a split. And guess what? Over time, those muscles had to adjust. And then I began to go a little further, go down a little more, allow myself to be stretched, allowing for that stretching to happen, allow for that uncomfortableness to go through so I can begin to go down to that floor and do my stretch like I used to. I'm not going to do it on this live. But let me tell you, sister can do the stretch to the floor like a cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys today, okay? Because I allowed the stretching to happen. During that discovery phase, I realized that my muscles did not want to do what they wanted to do, but I had to go through that redefining to allow those muscles to be stretched. Are you willing to allow yourself to be stretched in this season to be able to get where you need to be? And that is many times why we stay stuck and we feel like we have no purpose, because we do not allow ourselves to continually be stretched. I'm not talking about being this boss lady and bossing up and just doing things flounder from here to there. I'm not talking about being this boss man and being this leader like a boss where you have the fine cars, all that stuff, and the women and all of that. What I'm talking about is you having a peace that surpasses all understanding, that when you're waking up, you're feeling like you have some type of thing that you're living for, that you're not just existing, but you're waking up and you're living a life that you felt like was only a dream, that you actually have a sense of peace and happiness, that is something that money cannot buy, that no matter what is that come and challenge you, no matter what people may say to you, but you're walking with your head high because you know that you're walking with a purpose and you're walking with a definition that only God is able to give. So I encourage you today, that if you are at a place that you feel like you have lost hope, I want you to get that scripture out of Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And I want you to begin to start looking at Matthew 6, 33 and 34. And I want you to begin to allow yourself to go through a discovery phase of getting reacquainted within yourself and allowing you to really start doing a checklist of where I am now and what is it that I am doing now. And are these things that I'm doing are productive? Because I am more than this title of mother. I'm more than this title of father. I'm more than this title of minister. I'm more than this title of elder, bishop. I don't care if it's the highest of the highest, you're corporate executive, you're more than that title, you're more than that. It is more to it than that, because you need to be able to be at a place that it doesn't matter if the money goes away, it doesn't matter if people leave me. I am confident in who I am and I still have that purpose. Purpose is something that always, when it's attained, it is priceless. No money will be able to buy when you be able to get to that place of purpose. Nothing will be able to shake you when you're walking into your purpose. You might be like, whoa, wait a minute now, but you're going to be able to get back refocused because you have a purpose. I don't care who come with you. I don't care who try to leave you. I don't care what may try to come your way. Allow yourself to go through this discovery phase. Allow yourself to be redefined. Allow yourself to be stretched, because you are more than that. Who are you? If somebody asks you, who are you today? Are you able to tell someone who you are without giving a title? Are you able to say who you are without saying, I am the mother of da 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 da. I am the father of da 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 da. I am the CEO of da 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 da. You have to have substance within yourself of, I am Michelle, who was created by God to fulfill a purpose on this earth. What is it, Michelle, who you are? I'm a person who loves to laugh, give life, love. The components of that is fulfilled in what I do to give happiness to people, to give joy to people, to help people to get towards their purpose and plan. But I have to be that first. When my mentor talks about, if you don't follow him, you need to follow. He talks about be, do, have. That you have to become that person first, and then you're able to do, and then that's when you're able to have. That's talking about Matthew 6:33. You start that becoming, and when you start seeking God, you're going to start doing, and then that's when you have, and that's when it start getting added to you. So allow it to happen in this process, in this season today. Many people are going through so many situations, and they feeling like hope is lost. Hope is not lost. Hope is not lost. It is able to be obtained, but you have to choose to make that choice today of what is it that I want to do different for my life? What is it that I want to be able to see change? Who am I? Where am I today? Let me start doing a check as they do those performance checks. Let me start looking at what has been in my life these last few years, this last year, these last 30 days of my life. And I need to start doing a redefining because there is a greater purpose and a plan for me. There's something that I need to be doing different, and I need to start making that choice today. And if it's through a discovery phase, a redefining phase, whatever it is, I need to start getting back to me. So I'm excited for you to all start this phase and start this journey on today. I am too. Look out. Masterclass will be launching. I will be doing getting back to your health and happiness masterclass. Is going to be 3 days. I'm going to have 3 days that we're going to go in depth of how you can get back to you, get back to health and happiness, of however that looks for you. We're going to talk about it those 3 days. So you all I always say, I always end my video to walk in purpose. Walk in purpose at all times. So you all have a great, great rest of your day, rest of your week. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy that good Sunday dinner or 4th of July leftover food if you celebrated the 4th. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.